I have been something of a fan regarding Pokemon for a long time, ever since I first discovered it on my cousin's old N64 console and watched the anime series that came out back when I was a kid. I've seen dozens and dozens of Pokemon with very unique designs, abilities, and origins, both based in reality and mythology. But considering how there are many fan-made Pokemon that have received their own forms of love and respect from Pokemon fans, I'm surprised the Pokemon Company hasn't taken a page out of creating more unique design origins as of late. In fact, one thing I noticed is that for all of Pokemon's diverse aspects when it comes to each Mon, there are two specific ones that they have yet to make, namely Guinea Pigs and Capybaras. Seriously, why haven't Pokemon made any kind of creature based on them? I mean, look at them! They're so cute, lovable, and friendly towards humans and other animals, along with being soft and fluffy, at least in the case of guinea pigs. The jury is still out on whether capybaras have soft and fluffy fur. Even more ironic is that capybaras are said to be very popular in Japan, and there's even footage of them bathing in hot springs like Japanese macaques do, so I'm surprised Pokemon has not included one based on capybaras. For crying out loud, they already did mice, rats, cats, dogs, bears, sheep, squirrels, hamsters, chinchillas, and many more. Yet the two things I never saw were guinea pigs or capybaras. They could have been added to the Paldea region Pokédex for Scarlet and Violet, yet they didn't, which is kinda unfair if you ask me. So I'm here to put in my thesis, if you will, and explain why Pokemon should feature Mons based on both capybaras and guinea pigs, or cavies as they are called by some. In this case, I would first like to begin by explaining some of the traits that both rodents have, and yes, capybaras are rodents, if just really big ones. They have several things in common, such as being mammals who are part of the rodent family, living in South America, are essentially herbivores, walk on 4 feet, have round bodies and facial features, very friendly with humans, though guinea pigs are sometimes skittish towards larger beings, and prefer warm-tempered environments that usually have forests. However, one major difference between them is that guinea pigs prefer to live in dry lands based on the mountains, grasslands, forests, savannas, and shrublands, whereas capybaras actually prefer more aquatic or semi-aquatic areas such as swamps, marshes, and places close to rivers or lakes due to them needing moisture to help their skin or even escape predators since they know how to swim. As a result, I feel like these type categories can work for them. Normal, water, grass, rock, ground, steel, and fairy. Water can be used as a reference for capybaras due to their semi-aquatic natures, as previously mentioned earlier. At the same time, they could be normal types due to their somewhat average but still adorable appearances, plus their main skills, which usually involve sniffing, eating, digging, pushing, and peeing or pooping, can also be applied to normal types. Speaking of adorable, they can also fit the fairy type category due to their adorable natures, and it helps that they are capable of being helpful, intelligent, and friendly with their naturally round bodies, also emphasizing their cuteness. For grass, ground, rock, and even steel type, it's kinda self-explanatory as to why they would fit them, since they are still land-based creatures who feed on greens, which could enhance their abilities should either of those options be picked, or even combined together given the amount of dual types we have in the franchise. As for the latter 3 types, I imagine they would fit guinea pigs more, since guinea pigs live not only on the ground, but also on mountains and savannas, which happen to feature minerals that would definitely fit those 3 categories. If not, they could also be variants of each other, either through regional evolutions or even through different forms, like some of the older Pokemon did in the past. I also think they can form an evolution line together in this case, since they're both mammals and rodents, with most people pointing out that capybaras already look like giant guinea pigs, and it may be because I was influenced by this one YouTube channel called Kona and Suba, where one of the guinea pigs was literally named Capybara, and I thought it made for a funny reference. Anyways, in this scenario, I imagine that the guinea pig Pokemon is the starter evolution, or baby Pokemon as some would say, with the capybara Pokemon being the final stage, thus making it a 2-stage evolution like half of the Pokemon we have in the franchise. And that's basically it so far. just wanted to put this out here since I feel like Pokemon should go back to having diverse character designs when it comes to their mons instead of generic cute and cuddly creatures, or reusing the same design over and over again. Also, to go on a small tangent, I noticed how, for some weird reason, Hamtaro looks less like a hamster and more like a small guinea pig. I mean, comparing the book version, and yes, there was a book version, just roll with me on this one, he did look more hamster-like, but in the anime, his design was, I guess they wanted to make it more chibi-like, but it got to the point where he looks less like a hamster and more like a small guinea pig, especially if you look at them from the side, and I even pointed this out to my friend, and he also agreed that they look more guinea pig-like than hamster-like, so yeah, just wanted to add that part so I don't forget. Anyways, I think that's everything I have so far, but let me know if you want to hear more Pokemon-based videos, or at least my opinions on certain Pokemon and what can be made into a Pokemon.